Changes. All those in favor of passing last week's minutes? All opposed? And abstentions? All right, with that, the minutes pass. Next, we'll be moving on to reports. Mitchell, do you have any reports?
No.
All right, Seth? Daniel?
I don't have any reports.
Simone? Abby?
Someone from maintenance, please go to the learning common area with a cart, please. Thank you.
Tony LeBranch?
The J Board has its first case, and the hearing is scheduled for Wednesday after school.
Okay, Delaney?
No reports.
And Tony or Joanne?
We have a bunch of visitors here.
Yes, I was going to mention that right after. Okay, so yes, as Tony said, we have many visitors here today. We have people from summer work and then from some other schools that attended our HYPE mini conference for educators this today. So I'd love it if we could start with you guys and then have Summersworth introduce themselves as well. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Alright, hi, I'm Megan. I go to Conval. I'm a sophomore.
And I teach at Conval in the English department. I'm Jason Lambert.
All right.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Dan Milliken. I teach in Sanford, Maine.
I'm Olivia Moore. I teach at Noah High School.
And you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Ethan from Summersworth, and I'm a sophomore.
And I'm Thomas, and I'm also
I'm Nancy Little. I'm the math coordinator. I am Amy Truitt. I teach Spanish. People Carrington, one of the administrators and stuff.
Matt Carrington, English department.
I'm Caitlin Chouse. I teach English.
Susan Cook, and I teach the Career Tech Center, teaching multiple levels, and also had the great privilege of being a former worker here at South
I don't think you guys got to introduce yourselves over there.
I'm Daphne. I'm a sophomore.
All right, any other visitors? All right, if not, thank you guys so much for coming. We really appreciate having other schools come and visit us and give us feedback and also you guys learn from us too. So next, we will be moving on to the graded GPA proposal. Now, before we begin the presentation of the graded GPA proposal, as you all know, after the presentation, we'll be going into clarifying questions. And I'd just like to remind people what a clarifying question is. A clarifying question is something that has a direct answer. It can't be a question that's really more of a discussion point, but then at the end you kind of turn it into a question to make it sound like it was a question. I will be letting you guys know that if it does not sound like a question, I will cut you guys off because there are going to be a lot of questions with this proposal, and there's also going to be a lot of discussion points, but we do want to keep the two separate. With that, I'd love to turn it over to Daniel to begin the proposal.
Right, hello, I'm Daniel Swenson from the Grading and Reporting Committee, and this is our new weighted GPA proposal 2019. So some worms and wonders, questions that we will be going over during the presentation. What is a weighted GPA? And what does a proposal say? What are some of the benefits of weighted GPA? What are some arguments against a weighted GPA? What are some of the benefits of taking AP courses? And how does a weighted GPA relate to the Sauhegan 6 and the mission statement? And what are some staff and student opinions on weighted GPA? So, in a competency-based system, students are scored from 1 to 4 based on high school level standards. AP and dual enrollment courses are above high school level standards. They're college level standards and should not be graded on the same scale that high school level courses are graded on, which is why we propose to weight them. By 2023, you're looking to have full implementation for the class of 2023, weighted GPA. So our proposal is that for AP and dual enrollment courses, we will weight GPA when GPA is recalculated. So what are some of the reasons that students might take AP courses? Well, research has proven that students who take AP courses in high school do better at college level courses in college. It raises standing for admissions and financial aid. You get to take college-like classes to prepare you for real college classes before you actually go to college. And some colleges also give credit for AP courses, and dual enrollment courses are worth college credit. So what is a weighted GPA? A weighted GPA is where you reweight, where you give AP and dual enrollment courses additional value when calculating GPA. 72% of schools use weighted GPAs, and it complements a competency-based grading system. And this is a list of schools in New Hampshire that use weighted GPAs. Ooh, did I go? Yeah. Too long, sorry. So weighted GPAs and how they relate to the Sauhegan 6. Number one, the first thing of the Sauhegan 6 states that to respect and encourage the right to learn and the right to teach at all times. Sauhegan desires to challenge all levels of learners, and AP and dual enrollment courses do that. And the second Sauhegan 6, to be actively engaged in learning, ask questions, collaborate, and to seek solutions, because AP and dual enrollment courses require motivation to do them. Weighted GPA and the mission statement. To support an individual's unique gifts, passions, and intentions. AP courses support and engage students' desire to learn advanced material. To develop and empower the mind, body, and heart. AP and dual enrollment courses develop students' minds and hearts through knowledge. To challenge and expand the comfortable limits of thought, tolerance, and performance. The weighted GPA encourages students to challenge the comfortable limits of thought, tolerance, and performance by providing a safe space for them to take AP and dual enrollment courses without fearing their GPA drop. And to inspire and honor the active stewardship of family, nation, and globe, because students are more competitive when pursuing opportunities beyond high school. And some of the pros of weighted GPA: the National Association of Secondary School Education found that there is strong evidence in favor of adding 1 point for AP courses. There is a sizable impact on college admissions and financial aid. Provides a weighted GPA for colleges that don't reweight. And so a lot of colleges use online, or they have online applications, and they use computers to filter these applications because of the larger schools can get thousands of applications. And these computer programs don't always reweight students' GPA, so when the GPA is put through these programs, having a GPA already weighted helps those students. There's some more pros for weighted GPA. Seniors are more fairly compared with other schools. Weighted GPAs encourage students to take college level courses in high school. And some of the cons are that it could cause over-enrollment in AP and dual enrollment courses, and that it could make students who don't take AP and dual enrollment courses seem less serious about learning than those who do, and also a perceived sense of elitism, which we took from the staff survey. And these are some reasons that we found from a survey we sent out to, 26 other principals around New Hampshire about why they weight GPA and whether their schools do or do not weight GPA. And these are some student opinions that we have from students around Sauhegan. And these are some staff opinions that we got from our staff survey that we sent out. And this was this year's student survey that we sent out. So it has, well, the questions are up there. Would you be more likely to take AP classes if your GPA is to receive weight? 70% of students who responded said yes to that question, and that's the graduation year. And this was actually the results from the student survey from last year, the old weighted GPA proposal. So the seniors from last year have moved on, and we have new freshmen this year. But most of the responses still would have been from the same people. And these are our works consulted.
Thank you so much for a great presentation. I think, Julie, are you passing around the proposal?
Yep, I'm gonna come down.
So the proposal itself is coming to you. Just a reminder to all our members and our guests today, if you have a question, raise your hand and I will put you down on the speakers list. And then when I call you guys, that's when you can ask
I never had kids pass that myself. Quicker pass around.
All right, guys, while we wait for the rest of them to come around, we can start off on our clarifying questions. So if everybody wants to pay attention over here. So the first person is Braden.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like how much more weight like an AP class do you think? Is there like a point system? Like I guess I'm just a little confused on like how like they're weighted now compared to what they would be weighted.
If you turn to the back of the presentation, under implementation. So just for AP and dual enrollment, the committee's looking to add 1 point onto the 1 to 4 scale score, and then average it into the GPA.
All right. Ollie?
My one was answered on the back issue as well.
Simone?
Just going off of Brandon's point, I wondering, so like right now we're on a 4.3 scale, and each like additional, like the higher your grade is, it goes up by 0.3 on for the amount that it goes into your transcript. So I'm a little confused about what 1 means, because that's not like the system that we have now. So like 1 point, but are you looking at to like a 5.3, or like what's that look like? Does that make sense?
So when we move to standards-based grading, it will just be a 1 to 4 scale. So right now, I know our GPA is up to a 4.3, but we anticipate it only going up to a 4. So this would allow you to get 1 additional point above that 4 for your AP courses.
So a 5?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. I'm just wondering what the different increments are going to be for that system, since that's not something, we haven't discussed that in house at all.
Simone, that hasn't been determined yet by guidance as well.
I'm
For 2023.
Yes. I'm just wondering, is it council's decision to decide what the GPA looks like in general?
That's what it says in the Constitution.
So.
All right. Does anybody, Joanne, do you know the answer to that?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Tony?
My first
All right, Mike?
Pretty sure I know what dual admission means, but could you clarify a little bit, just to make sure I'm in the right understanding?
Dual enrollment are courses that are taught by teachers that have adjunct professorship with a college or university. So students who take that particular course will get college credit through that college or university.
And it's dual because you're getting both high school credit and college credit through the same course, because it's a college level course.
All right, Sue?
So if the whole scale shifts, and if I had an A, I would get a 5 on the point scale, is that correct?
No, there are no A's in the new competency.
Well, even in the new
grading system.
competency system, you're gonna move up 1 full point, right?
That's what,
That's
I believe that's what the proposal is for, 1 point above whatever that
Okay.
GPA scale will be.
Okay, so if that GPA scale on the bottom side, it's also gonna go up by 1 point.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
So if we take away the competency base but use the current system.
We can't, because this proposal is for the
I
competency
get that,
system.
but what I'm saying is if you're not proficient, say you're less than proficient, but it's an AP course, does that mean that you are now proficient?
It's different than a score, though. A GPA is not the same as a competency score.
I
So
know,
we haven't
but I'm
determined our
getting to
cut
is-
score for proficiency yet. You mean for actually showing competency so that you don't have to retake the course?
No, what I'm trying to get at is if we were using standard grades, I understand what the GPA is derived from. And I would say a C, you're getting a bump up to a B in an AP course where it would stay a C in the regular course. I'm asking the question, how does the bottom side of this, not the top side, if you could work out?
I just want to clarify, I think I might be misunderstanding you too, but just let's pretend that we're going to the competency base and say it's a 2.
Yeah.
That they earn a 2, is that what you're asking? Then would that become?
A 3 for GPA.
In the
In
GPA.
the
That's
In the
what I'm
GPA,
asking.
but not on the, I wouldn't think it would show up on the transcript as a 3, it would show up as a 2, but it would go in weighted.
It would go
As a
in weighted
3.
as a 3.
Only in the GPA.
So, yeah, so it'll elevate the GPA and the grades will not be in direct correlation with it.
Yep.
Is that what we're saying?
That's what the proposal was
Okay,
intended.
that
That's a
was
good
the
question.
clarification.
Yeah.
All right, Georgia?
Okay, so because we don't seem to be like all on the same page about what the grading is going to be next year, and we're very unclear on this, and because that grading is not put in place yet, are we even like allowed to vote on this? Because it's not even, like, can we vote on this? Yes, even though it's not in place? We can.
Ethan?
So like you said, on the transcript, it would show up as a 2, but then it would bump your GPA up. So on the transcript, would it show that it is weighted already?
So I think, I'm not sure if it would be in the school profile, which is like the back of the transcript essentially. I don't know if it would explain it there. It would like show that the course is either an AP course or a dual enrollment course on the transcript. And then the school profile would say like an AP course and dual enrollment courses do weight your GPA by 1 additional point. So that would be explained.
Callie?
Okay, this is clarifying, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when it says implement weighted GPA beginning with incoming class of 2023, that means that none of the students here right now, this won't affect any of us? Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
So from what I know, I've seen and like heard that most colleges already do recalculate your GPA. Like it doesn't matter what your school says it is, they are going to put their own twist on it. And I was wondering like, if that change, if us changing our GPA to a weighted one, like if that would really be much of a benefit considering it's already done for like colleges, you know?
Discussion point.
Okay, sure.
Other questions? Yes, Tony?
Let's say we don't pass this. What would happen to the whole system we are trying to move to?
Then your GPA is just calculated from your competency
So it wouldn't
scores from
affect
each
the rest
course.
of the competency-based transition that we're going through?
So that affect anything?
It wouldn't affect anything
No.
else, okay.
Laura?
Karen Chininas and guidance weighed in on our proposal and reviewed it and said it's fully implementable, if that's the right word, as it is. It is compatible with 2023.
And that would be great to bring up again in the discussion. We're still clarifying.
Well, I'm following up on George's
Oh, okay.
comment.
Thank you for that. Mike?
Danielle, can I ask you to put the slide back up that says schools in New Hampshire that use weighted GPA? Or I can maybe just ask a clarifying question.
Yeah.
Is that all the schools in New Hampshire, or those are the schools that responded to the
No.
survey?
Good question. Those are the schools that responded to the survey and ones that we researched and went on the website to find out if they didn't. We sent the survey out to all principals in the state of New Hampshire, and it's a cold email, so we got, I guess we had 26 schools respond, and then the subcommittee did further research and checked websites of many of the other schools. So that's not an exhaustive list of, it's not, we took every school in New Hampshire and then only put the ones up that had weighted GPAs. Our committee couldn't get that far with our research. We did it
in this area.
Yeah, we did this area plus who responded to the survey.
So there conceivably could be other schools that also have it
Yes.
in New Hampshire.
I did want to comment that one of my big questions, I'm on the committee, but one of my big questions was when this particular list of schools, is their system for weighting GPAs going to be identical to what ours would be? And, I haven't seen all the information, but most of them, they're weighting, AP or honors courses similar to what we're doing. So, but actually, one of my questions is for the committee, if you have further information about, are all these schools doing a weighted program kind of like what we're proposing?
And does the committee have any of that information?
The ones that have tried to implement
Yeah.
standard-based, do you have one after?
So there, in this survey, which was not all of these schools responded, but 26 of these schools did respond to explain like either why they weight and how they weighted. Some included those details, some didn't. But you know, that's certainly a point we can bring back if we need to do further research.
Okay. Again, we've reached the end of. Yes, Ken.
Just sort of a clarifying question. Did any of the respondents who didn't weight give reasons why they didn't? And I'm not really asking for details, I'm just wondering if they did or didn't.
We'd have to look. I can check.
From what I remember from my reading, there was some that explained why.
I believe they did.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Other questions? Yes, sorry.
So I was a little confused on what our current system is. Like, aren't like AP and yeah, like aren't they currently like weighted a little higher than normal classes?
No.
No, it just says that you took that. Yeah, it just says
Other questions? All right. There are no other questions. We can move into discussion. Tony.
I didn't know if this was clarifying or discussion, so because it was sort of based off George's initial question and Laura's response. While this could be implemented next year, right? There is still we don't know. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong on this, how GPA will even be calculated next year. Correct, like that's still not, you don't know that question. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So I'll put that up.
Kate, do you have any input on that at all? Okay, thank you. Georgia?
Personally, I just think that we're not ready to pass this proposal. I think that something helpful would be like when we were working on the security proposal and straw proposal, we've had all this other input, like what other schools have for security, or what other straws we could use, that kind of thing. We don't really know anything about what other schools are doing with this. I think that would be really helpful to know. Also, what Tony was saying, like it's just, we don't know what it's going to be like next year yet, and I don't think we could pass something to put in place in a couple of years when we don't know what it's going to be like in a couple of years. So I think we just need more before we can pass it.
Okay, Sue?
So I currently teach AP chemistry, and this would have an impact in my class, so I have some real specific issues with what we're talking about. Is my class harder than every other class? I think it actually probably is. Is there more work? I think Mitchell could probably speak to that. You know, the idea is, yes, when we have an AP class, by the way, my class is also the dual enrollment class. And kids have taken that course for a whole variety of reasons, and I know for a personal fact that we have more kids taking AP chemistry at Sauhegan High School than Concord High School has. And they're like 3 times larger than us. Because I know the AP chemistry teacher in Concord. They have 1 section, we have 2 sections. So we have more kids taking this course already. So that playing into the idea that we want to encourage more kids to take it seems sort of like, okay, for what reason? Do we want the course to remain at the same fidelity of course that it is, or do we just want to keep promoting kids to take these courses for the sake of getting their GPAs higher? And so that will impact what the level of instruction that I can give is if I have 3 sections of AP, of